my channel. Pardon any background noises you might hear. I have the window open because I can't have my fan on with that down because otherwise it looks like I have a ghost. And as you may be able to tell from my very red face, I am having a hot flash. I was considering waiting until it was done per my mom's suggestion. I just wanted to get the filming over with for the day and then just collapse in a puddle of sweat. Colorful, right? So that is also why I am sans makeup, because it would pretty much be gone by the time I was like 5 minutes into the video. So for today we have another character breakdown video. This one is for my Mortal Instruments character. I mentioned her back in Heidi's video because they are both by the book characters, and this character is Taryn, Lillian, Graymark. One day I'm gonna make a simple character, but Taryn isn't it. Taryn is the daughter of Lucian Graymark, otherwise known as Luke Garraway, and is part of the Shadowhunter Chronicles. Brief explanation of the series, because maybe a lot of people don't know. You might be familiar with the show Shadowhunters, which, no, or the movie Mortal Instruments City of Bones, which is a little better. Actually, my explanation almost reads like a book summary, which was unintentional, but that's how it happened. Seemingly normal, almost boringly so, Clary Frey suddenly finds herself thrown into a weird world filled with warlocks, fairies, vampires, werewolves, demons, and mysterious people called Nephilim that only she can see. When her mother goes missing, Clary has no choice but to trust these hunters to help her find her mother. To be honest, like perfectly 100% honest, I have no idea how Taryn came about. I'm completely clueless. I can't remember. I saw the Mortal Instruments movie for the first time a few years ago, long after it came out, but I loved it, and shortly after I managed to get my hands on the book series because, well, I had to get it myself because my sister doesn't know how to share. Well, no, she knows how to share, she just doesn't like sharing her books. She's like me like that. So I got my hands on the book series, read them, loved them so much, was able to pick out what was wrong with the movie, which was admittedly a lot, but I still love the movie. But I can't say where Taryn came from. She's one of those characters that literally just appeared. As weird as that sounds, she's literally one of those characters that just appeared. But creating her was a process, like with all my characters, but with her it was something more, because we're talking about a world with so many different fantasy creatures and so many different half-breeds of those creatures, and I wanted Taryn, like all my characters, to be truly unique and different in her own way. And after a lot of research, and I mean a lot, you guys know me, research is my thing. When I'm falling into a world, research is what I do. So, a lot of research and a lot of rewriting, because I started writing without researching first. Don't do that. I finally nailed down what I wanted to be different about her. For those that know the series, you all know Tessa Gray. She is an unmarked warlock who eventually marries Will Herondale, a shadow hunter. And their children are also shadow hunters, but they also show signs of having bits and pieces of their mother's gifts. They're not, you know, full one, full the other, but the majority of them is shadow hunters. With Taryn, not only is she the daughter of a shadow hunter and a warlock, also unmarked like Tessa, her family line ties into the Tessa's. I never quite figured out how, because Taryn's mother is not alive, so I didn't feel I needed to, but one day I might. But her mother was unmarked, and obviously Taryn was born before Luke was turned. On top of being like Tessa and Will's children, she is different from them, whereas she is a perfect 100% half and half combination of her parents. She has inherited both of their traits and abilities. She is the only perfect blend of warlock and shadow hunter to exist that I'm aware of. I may be wrong. Taryn has the immortality and the magic of warlocks, and she's got all the physical attributes that make shadow hunters different. the one thing that she cannot do is she is unable to bear the angelic runes found in the Grey Book, aside from minor healing runes under the most desperate of situations. Like, if she can't get to Magnus or she can't heal herself, then the absolute minorest of healing runes can be applied to her. The runes that Clary creates, however, starting in the second book, she can bear those because they are not angelic runes. They're not in the Grey Book, so therefore they can be, as we know, they can be applied to the Downworlders, meaning Taryn can wear them. The easiest part of writing Taryn is that Taryn, to put it simply, is the most understanding person I've ever created. All of my characters are tolerant and adapting, no matter what. Taryn takes that to a whole new level. I mean, there is nothing she won't accept. Her best friend is gay and in love with a warlock? Fine. Her sister's in love with a boy she believes to be her brother? Sure. Father's a werewolf in love with his own best. Normal day in her life. Anything that comes her way, Taryn accepts it. I'm the same way. There's nothing I won't accept other than a really shitty attitude. I won't accept that, but there's nothing I won't accept. It really is that simple. For both myself and Taryn, it stems from the fact that we're different, so we understand what it's like to be in a world where a different isn't accepted. So anything different thrown at us, and we're just like, yeah, sure, no problem. Bring it on. The hardest part about writing Taryn came about so accidentally. I didn't mean to do this. It's one of those instances where it wrote itself. I had no intention of doing this, but I did. And it actually works quite seamlessly, even if it's very difficult to write, because I've never written anything like this before, and wow, I'm really beating around the bush on this. I accidentally turned Magnus and Alec into a three-way relationship with Taryn. Completely, I swear to God, it was completely accidental. You can go ask my best friend. She witnessed the "what the hell have I done" moment that I had. I really don't know what I'm doing with this relationship. I barely make two people relationships work, but I'm somehow making their three-way relationship work, and that does make it hard to write. But I'm having a lot of fun figuring it out because it's so different from anything I've ever written. I've written pretty much any other kind of relationship out there, but a polyamorous relationship is just, it's a little different for me. But I'm liking it. It's just the way that Taryn fits in with them, it's just so seamless and perfect, and it adds an exciting new element that I wasn't expecting. Best memory to date writing Taryn had to have been when I wrote her meeting him for the very first time when she was about 3 years old. Or maybe she was a little older than that. I can't quite remember. Magnus, at that time, you know, he's very closed off at that point. He's very, he's gone through a lot. He's dealt with a lot of loss. He doesn't want to let new people in. But just the way I wrote Taryn when she was little, she was just so sweet and innocent, and again, accepting that he didn't stand a chance. He stood no chance whatsoever. She has become, from the beginning, as much his family as Alec is, and I think that's what makes their relationship so perfect with the three of them, is from the beginning, they've just meshed so well and understood each other so well, and it's amazing. Hardest memory, if anyone knows the history of Magnus and Alec, you can understand what my hardest memory is when it comes to writing Taryn. And I wouldn't even say it's hardest, but it is the worst memory I have of writing her, and that is the breakup. And Taryn is literally caught in the middle of her two best friends, the loves of her life. And she is caught in the middle of them being heartbroken over each other, being heartbroken because of each other, and she doesn't know what to do. Well, both parties understand she won't take sides. She is still left stuck there in the middle, having no idea what to do for these two people that she always knows how to help. She's clueless for the first time in the existence of her relationships with them. And unfortunately, she takes that confusion and lack of understanding and turns it into anger, and put it this way, a lot of demons bite the dust, and Camille nurses a broken nose for a while. I will not apologize for Taryn abusing Camille. She just did what I wanted her to do. As I don't remember why I created Taryn or how I came up with the idea for her, I have no idea what I originally wanted for her. I don't know what the purpose of her creation was. She just is. as odd as that sounds, she just is. What I do know is that the character I have created is something very unique. Even among all the characters I've created, she is something truly unique. That's something to say, because I've created a lot of characters. And to say that I have one that is completely unique to her sisters, excuse me, to say that I have one that is completely unique to her sisters it really is saying a lot. But she is 100% nothing I could ever come up with ever again. I don't know where I'm going to take Taryn. I've only finished the first 3 books with her in the Mortal Instruments series. I've written bits and pieces from the others. As I said, I've written the breakup. So we'll just see where it goes. None of Taryn's work is posted yet. I want to finish at least those 6 books before I start posting her. But it's going to be interesting to see where it goes from here. Alright, that is our character breakdown for Taryn, Lillian, Graymark. If you liked the video, remember to give it a thumbs up. Comment down below if you've read the Mortal Instruments series, who your favorite character is, who your favorite pairing is. If it's not Magnus and Alec, go away. No, I'm just kidding. A little bit. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you always get a notification every time I upload. All of my social media handles will be down below, along with my blog site if you want to read the post that goes along with this video. I will see you guys in next week's video. Bye!